Hello guys, and welcome back to another interesting video. And today we have this Samsung Galaxy A12s, and it came in from a technician. All right, the technician told me that the phone is not displaying at all. All right, and also powering the phone, I discovered is not powering on. I mean, it's powering on, but it's not displaying at all. It vibrates when I connected those test points, looking under the light to see if there is going to be any display under, and I could not see any display. All right, so the phone is not displaying light on the screen. It's not displaying light, it's not displaying anything. All right, so he said he has tried several screens, but the phone is not showing. So all right, we are going to go into deep troubleshooting to see where the problem is. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is to read the lines. You might not see what I'm doing, but okay, I'm just trying to read the anode and the cathode lines. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. Samsung has cathode 1, cathode 2, it has anode, it has the power line. So I'm going to be reading all those. All right, so I discovered that the anode line is short right here. All right, I'm taking my readings on the FPC clip, so I discovered that the anode line is short. Now, what's the next thing to do? The next thing to do right here, as you can see, they've already opened the shield right there in the front, but I'm going to open where the light and the display section is. If you want to know how to go about this troubleshooting proper, you need to join our online training, and the numbers is right on the screen for you to DM us and for you to become a better technician. Now, I've opened the shield to where the light section and the display sections is. So I'm trying to physically observe, to see if there's any bonds, capacitors, any irregularities on the PCB, which is very, very important for you to do as a technician. Now, the next thing is to take readings randomly on that section to see where the fault is, especially the diode. As you can see, the anode side of the diode is short right there. The anode side of the diode is short. I remember I took the short reading first on the FPC. All right, now I'm going to take another reading for you to see properly what is going on. Look at the diode right here, and it's giving 0.00. That means there's a short circuit, and the back side is reading properly. That means this diode is okay, but the front, the front terminal or the front part is reading short to GND. Now, reading the capacitors above it, there are two big capacitors right above it, and it's connected to that line, and it's also reading short circuit. All right, as you can see, if you are interested in our online training, you don't understand all these things I'm saying, or you want deeper knowledge on mobile phone troubleshooting, please DM us on the numbers on the screen for online and physical training, and we are going to help you become better technicians. All right, now look at those two big capacitors I've pointed out. Now we are just going to flux that area, and inject voltage to see which of the component here is going to melt the rosin right away. Now, you need to know the required voltage to inject on this section, so that you can be able to to connect the required voltage, so that you don't burn things up. All right, so every section of the PCB has its own required voltage. DM us on the numbers on the screen to join our online training to have access to the right voltage. I'm injecting. Now look at that capacitor right there, those two big capacitor. This one right here is shorted, and that's why it melts the rosin. Okay, so we're just going to take the troubleshooting step by step. All right, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more amazing, tutorials and educative videos like this. So I'm just going to remove that capacitor right away without wasting time, and the capacitor is out from the PCB. The capacitor is out from the PCB. Okay. Taking closer look, I can see some line breached right, under those 2 points, and I'm clearing that off right away. You must not leave any stone unturned. All right, make sure you cross all your T's and dot all your I's. All right, let's take another reading on that diode to be sure if the short is gone or not. And voila, the short is gone. All right, the short is gone. Stay tuned. All right, there's still more to do on this particular PCB. If you have any question you would like to ask me, please, we have our online training, and there's where you can ask me any question that you want. All right, our online and physical training is very, very effective. I will not lie to you. So now let's try power on the phone, and let's see if the light will be back or not. All right, the phone is vibrating, remember. So now at this point the phone is powered on, but there is no picture, there is still no light. If you're a technician and you are at this stage, are you going to give up, or you are still going to keep troubleshooting? Now I'm going to test some screens that I have in my shop, the ones I've removed from customers' phones, just to be sure that the screen is good or bad. All right, so that's what I'm going to be doing right now. I'm just going to connect this screen that I've removed from customers' phone. I have 2 like that, but I can't really remember if they are still showing, but the light should pop up if the problem is rectified. All right, so I'm gonna just connect this test point. The reason I'm using the test point is because the technician just gave me the phone like this, so I had to use the test point to power on the phone. All right, I have powered on the phone. The phone is powered on already. It has vibrated, but there is no light. There's no. All right, let me try the second screen. Okay, I don't sell screens for now, so I don't, I use the resources I have. You might be asking, why don't you try a brand new screen? All right, so I don't have a brand new screen, as for now, but I'm still going to ask the technician to bring me another screen. So once I'm done with my troubleshooting and I'm certified, and I'm certified and satisfied with what I'm getting, so I'm going to head back to the PCB to take more readings to see what is going on, if there's any other component that is bad, shorted, that is abnormal, that is partially connecting and all that. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. There are a few components that are responsible for the light section, which the boost coil is one of it. My online students would understand what I'm trying to say. The boost coil is very, very essential, and that's what I'm going to be reading right now. I'm going to be reading the boost coil 0.3 and the other side 0.5. That means this boost coil is burnt as well. The boost coil is bad. Ladies and gentlemen, look at the problem on this phone. It's not just the capacitor that is bad, but also the boost coil is also bad. All right, so I'm just gonna remove the boost coil and replace it with another boost coil. All right, I usually tell my online student that whenever you see a boost coil, it's always different from a buck coil. What it's supposed to do is different from a buck coil. Okay, I'm going to take readings on the boost coil. As you can see, it's not giving any readings at all. It shows that this coil is very, very, very bad. All right, now let me get a donor board to to replace the boost coil. Now you can ask me, sir, can I use any coil I see on the PCB? All right, no, you can't use any coil you see on the PCB. There are specific coils that can work for this particular section. If you use other coil, it might not work. All right, so now the boost coil has been replaced. I've told the technician to bring me a new screen, so I'm just gonna take another reading on that coil and see everything is okay. And everything is okay. Now let's use the normal screen first. Okay, let's see if it's going to display. If you have not hit the like button, please hit the like button right away. If you're interested in our online training, please DM us on the numbers on the screen. And the phone is still not showing at all. No lights. I can't see any picture either. All right, so I'm gonna just go straight ahead to remove this screen and put the new one that the technician sends over to me. All right, so you can see how I took the troubleshooting step by step. All right, first right here I'm using this my own screen, the screen I've used before to test. All right, just to see. All right, so when you are doing this type of job, you need a brand new screen next to you. Okay, and this is a brand new screen right here. It's a brand new screen right here. I'm going to connect it and power on the phone again to see if it's going to work or not. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to like, and if you're interested in our online or physical training, please DM us on the numbers on the screen, and we are going to help you become a better technician, like I always say. Now let me power on the phone. Do you see the flash on the screen? Let me connect the battery again and try it again. Pay close attention. All right, there is possibility that the battery of this phone is low. That's why it's not it's not showing properly. So let me connect the DC power supply and power this phone on again. Don't forget to hit the like button. Okay, this will help us. Comment and share this video. This will help us to do more videos. And voila, the phone is working now. Come on, hit the like button for that troubleshooting. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know more about this, it is very, very important that you join either the online or the physical training, and you are going to be better at this job. Thank you so much for watching. See you in another video. Peace.